Trollord Games. Join the fray.
All right, that's all you need to know.
Can I put on music now?
No.
Never again.
Never again. All right. All right. We're here to play another game of Castles and Crusades with everybody. What's up, everybody? Go join the fray. That's right.
Again,
Join
what
the
the hell?
fray.
We were just here.
We were?
What's happening? All right, let's dive into it. Jeremy, I want you to do a quick recap of last week.
I have a
Real
recap
quick.
as well, Steve, after he's done. But it needs to
Wait,
come.
what are you recapping?
I'm recapping because we need to let everybody know where they're at with all their stuff. So if anybody wants to buy more things to help the group.
Jesus. No,
All right.
I don't want you to do that yet, Chuck. I want to tell you when to do that, okay?
He's never going to tell you. He's
Just
never
real
gonna
quick,
tell you.
everybody, we have a giveaway going on. If you want to come on the giveaway, you need to come over here to twitch.tv/TrollLordGames. Give us a follow. Extra Support Raffle will get you into the raffle. We'll have the pool for the prizes at the end of the stream in approximately 2 hours. Go ahead, Steve.
Jeremy, give us a quick recap of last week.
We were in a town, a little cozy town where everything was cheap and life was good. And then a bunch of hard-ass paladins from somewhere, some godforsaken stretch of wilderness showed up and said, right, we're going to like chain gang everyone and force them into military service. But we got a warning before that happened from some guy who said, hey, you're going to get press ganged, so get out of here. And after prolonged deliberation, we wandered into the wilderness against what I thought would be probably the best course of action to engage in. We followed a great big road, went into the woods. We were there for about 36 hours and got tormented constantly. And then we encountered a goblin on a wolf and a severed head on a pike, which was probably the head of the guy who told us to get the heck out of here. Very sad for him. And we just killed a goblin, and the wolf is probably going to tell the rest of the goblins that there's people here to kill and rip into pieces, and we're just trying to kill time until the paladins are gone, and so we can go home.
All right, and I think we left it off. You guys were in the midst of a rather fierce debate. Jeremy, you were dragging the dead goblin through the wood line towards the bridge, hoping to start some kind of fracas between I think we would try to summon the paladins to attack the goblins, or I believe that was your ulterior motive there. And the other three were watching you, but following Grace's lead, I believe we're going to go investigate where the goblins were coming from. Is that right, Grace?
I think so.
Sure. All right, Jeremy, you're holding onto that goblin, dragging him towards the bridge, and you see. So, just to give you a quick recap, you've got the Danau River right in front of you. Slow, a narrow shelf of land. It drops off maybe 4 or 5 feet down into the river. The river's moving very languidly at the moment. Across it, maybe 200 feet across the river, it dips back up and get onto a small rise, and there lies the town of Elm, which is not walled. Portions are walled, but largely not. Mostly stone houses, shingled roofs, whatnot. But you can see that makeshift corral that the paladins have built, next to the town as they're kind of settling in for a week or two or whatever they're doing. The main bridge that goes over the Danau River has the Barbican on it, and you had just seen a guy run down the road and vanish into the darkened fold, and a couple of the knights or men-at-arms or paladins were standing at the Barbican kind of shouting in his direction. As you're taking all this in, sun's out, it's mid-afternoon, very hot.
When did this happen? When did I see this?
This was at the very last part of the game. This guy's running down the road, breaking free. 2 of the knights came out of the Barbican, laughing at him and shouting for him to come back.
Did that really happen? I have no memory of that.
Yes,
I think we're
that
going to split.
It's happening now. Let's deal with it.
Yeah, even if it didn't, it's happening now. But that's not the important part. What you see right now, you can see as you're dragging this goblin, it's not very heavy, 70 pounds, give or take, something like that.
Big goblin.
No equipment, whatever. You see someone else break from he clearly was hiding in the wreckage around the corral, chopped wood, whatever. And you see this human jump up and come tearing off, leaps into the Danau River. He's kind of savage looking, kind of rough looking, and he just comes splashing across the water. He gets up knee deep a little bit. Clearly, he's got some skill in crossing water, or he's so adrenaline pumped that he has no concern. And a couple of paladins come up behind him shouting, and for him to come back. His destiny lies to the north. And then Davis, you spy just as you're kind of crashing through this water. You spy this. What were you, Jonik? You were a
Human rogue.
Human rogue. You see this guy kind of half hiding in the bushes. Give me a quick description of yourself, Davis, as you're crashing through the water.
Okay, I'm carrying a really long, large-headed spear with me. I have a ragged old leather armor coat, breeches, canvas breeches, and tall boots. There's a shield on my back with a little after cloth there and one sack at my side. He's tallish with a, I don't know, half-shaven, partially braided beard, stuff like that.
All right, Davis, you can hear behind you one of the paladins shouting, "Boy, your destiny lies to the north." Does that make you stop, turn around, and rejoin the army?
Not at all. Across the river.
Jeremy, what do you do? Do you hide? The rest of you guys don't see this. You can hear some shouting. Jeremy, do you hide, or are you going to make yourself known to this guy as he comes scrambling up the bank?
Okay. When I get up, go ahead.
Do I think I could take him in a fight?
Maybe, probably not. He looks pretty stout.
And I'll hide for a bit.
All right, give me a hide check on that. All right, so Grace, Peter, and Chuck, you guys hear some shouting. You hear the word destiny shouted a couple of times and some splashing. But you can see Jeremy, but you can't really see the river from your vantage point. Grace, what is your immediate reaction when you hear this sound?
I turn to the others and I say, "Do you hear that? Destiny's calling." I'm going to walk towards the shouting.
Chuck, what do you do?
I'm going to hide.
All right, give me you got Rangers have a hide check, is that right?
Yeah.
All right, give me a hide check. Peter, what do you do?
I'm taking advantage of the natural terrain and hiding myself and waiting and seeing.
Okay, Grace, no one follows your
That's
lead.
fine. I'm going to meet Destiny. That's fine.
No, that's
All right.
Steve. That's the point.
Yeah, there you go, Chuck. All right, Jeremy, what'd you get on your hide
You
check?
did good.
20 modified,
All right, so you got to
and that's prime.
You vanish into the shadows. Davis, you spied that guy. You're halfway across the river, and then he vanishes, which isn't unusual. You know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know the story here. You come scrambling up the bank. What do you do?
I try as soon as I get up to the bank, I turn around and look at the guards and give them a foul gesture and say, "Your destiny's to the north, mine's with me." And then I turn around. Are they moving fast? Are they moving anything?
They're not moving at all. They're not going down to that river. They're standing on the bank. But then, as you pivot around to the corner of your eye, you see this shaven. I was about to say shaven-haired woman. I don't think that works.
Yeah, she shaves.
Yeah, but you're
Bald
not
head.
haired anymore. So. You see the shaven woman coming towards you. Grace, give me a real quick description of your character.
Yeah, Ren is a live human monk. She has kind of drapey clothes, a bunch of bottles on a belt around her waist, shaved head, no hair, these big green eyes, and she's just kind of like walking, hands in her pockets, like walking towards you.
Okay, I stand back a little bit, take one step back, look at her askance and go, "I wouldn't head that direction. They're pressing everyone."
I was gonna say you don't really look like a paladin.
Oh, I'm not with those garbage people. All they do is like press people and march from place to place. That's it. I'm out.
Did they pick you up from somewhere?
No, I joined them. I was
When? Why?
glory, some money too, and I, just sort of glanced at myself. I need some more weapons.
I know where we could find some. How do you feel? I don't know about money, but there is glory in killing goblins.
I'm going out there. I hope they're out there. And I point into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy, you're right there. You can hear all of this. You're like,
They went that way, I think.
it points off in a northwesterly, more north but northwesterly direction. You can kind of tell it's vague. Chuck, what'd you get on your hide check?
22.
All right, so you have vanished into the bramble. All right, give me a listen check. That's a wisdom check. All your crap to it. Peter, what are you doing? You don't really have a specific hide ability. You just kind of step back.
I do actually. Halflings do have a hide ability.
Oh, halflings, good deal. All right, give me a roll on that.
I rolled a 17 altogether.
All right, you two. So everyone's hidden in the woods except Grace. Except Ren, she's the only one visible.
Okay, I lean my
Standing
spear,
my sticks a tree. And
I lean my spear out to my side and point it in the direction that Jeremy's character was. I mean, I can't see him, but I knew someone was there, and I go, "Is that your friend out there?"
He's shy.
Just rise up out of the brush, visibly irritated.
You have to speak in a low voice.
I continue dragging this goblin. I'm like, "Hey, Muscles, can you give me a hand with this?" And I'm like dragging this.
You know, there's
stupid
no
goblin.
bounty for that thing.
Yeah, I know.
We're not in it for the value. We're in it for the glory.
It's dead. Okay, I turn around, I glance back at the Barbican to see what they're doing.
So you can see the two men at arms, whether they're paladins or not, you can't tell. You know, a good 80% of that army is just men at arms.
Yeah.
These two men at arms have kind of walked out, and one's pointing down the road. So to give you the big picture, you've got the town of Elm clings to the side of the Danau River. Beyond the Danau is the beginning of the Darkenfold. This first belt of woodland is called the Perth Timberland. You got about a 3-day march until you get to Powder River, and then on and into the deeper Darkenfold. And this is the post road that snakes in that direction. Davis has lost many characters on the post road. And one of them is pointing down the post road. The other one turns around, shouts up to someone on the Barbican, and then they two, both of them, turn and run back into the Barbican. And you can hear clanking almost immediately as they begin to close the doors to lock it off. It's not a drawbridge, but they're obviously closing the doors.
Is there a bridge or anything nearby?
So the town of Elm is on the eastern bank of the river, and then there is a bridge that goes over the Danau, and on the western bank, on the western end of the bridge, is just a large fortified Barbican. It would be extraordinarily easy to outflank. Obviously, you could climb up onto the bridge, but the bridge itself has houses kind of lining it all over the place. It's just chaos.
So if they're very urgently closing that door,
Yeah.
I look around and I guess I'll listen to see if it's us or something else that spooked them.
Give me a listen check.
17 prime.
Yeah, you hear movement in the wood line to the east and on the other side of the road, on the south side of the road. Chuck, what are you doing? You can't quite make out what's being said between your comrades and someone. You don't know who they're talking to, but you can hear the kind of muffled talking in the.
Because I rolled decent. I rolled a 14 on my list prime, which was pretty good. But my ideal is I'm just at this point where there's a stranger that's approached us. So now I went into stealth mode, and I'm basically going to move forward, listen to what the conversation is, and I'm not going to present myself until I'm ready to.
Okay.
Don't forget that I do want to run off what we have for.
I have not forgotten anything. I promise you. I'm there for you, Chuck.
All right.
Peter, what are you doing?
I'm just, like I said, I'm waiting and seeing to see what develops.
Okay, so you're just hiding too. All right,
Okay.
so are you going to continue to drag Jeremy, or what are you doing?
Well, can I get a look? What did I hear?
It sounds like a lot of movement in the tree line. You can't see anything from your vantage.
Away, not toward the, because I'm in amidst the trees, right? In the brush.
Yes,
And
you're on
whatever.
the northern side of the road,
Yeah.
and the noise is coming from the southern side of the road, deeper into the tree line, 100 feet, 200 feet, something like that.
The goblins went north.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm ditching that body. I am heading toward the bridge near whatever bank down, because you said it was kind of gradual.
Yeah.
If there's any amount of solid ground I can stand on underneath the arc of that bridge on the edge of the river, I'm hiding down there.
Okay, so you head into the water. Grace?
No. That is not what I said.
You're headed to the bridge onto the bank.
Yeah, if there's room for me to walk on.
What is under the bridge as it arcs over? If there's room under,
Yeah.
like a bank under it. Which
Yeah, if there's a
Yes.
bit of land.
Yeah, there's definitely room there.
Okay.
And no chance of a flash flood, so don't don't worry about that. So Jeremy starts moving up through the tree line. Grace, what are you doing?
I'm climbing a tree.
Okay. Davis, what are you doing?
Something's coming, is what I'll say.
I'm looking at the body, and I just sort of say out loud, to myself, that's what they were talking about. The goblins are out here. They're looking for more people. And I say that just sort of quietly. And I look up at Grace, then I look over at Jeremy. How far are you?
At that point, he's 20 feet from you, 30 feet from you. He's just moving.
They were talking about goblins out in the tree line. I didn't believe them. But there's my proof.
They decapitated somebody. Sounds like they're not done.
All right. On that note, we're going to take a 1-minute break. Chuck, tell everyone what you got.
I just want to catch everybody up because we've got more people bought more boons while ago. So I want to
Tell us what's going on in Charles' world.
a little. Well, it's in your world, Jeremy. To be honest with you. Oh, strangely, Jeremy has no boons or potions. I don't know. What happened.
That's not true, and you and I both.
All right, so here's the rundown. People have purchased and donated channel points, biddies, and subs for the following. Jeremy, you have everybody in the group, including Steve, has a +1 boon. They can use any time for any roll, +1. And then everybody in the group, except Stephen Davis, have 3 potions, hero potions, which are rerolls, basically, that you can use. Okay. Steve also has 3 rerolls because that's a bunch of bullshit from last session. So you know that. I forget who it was at the bottom.
He's just going to say what the result is.
Exactly. And then Davis, you have 1 reroll as well. So you've got a +1 on any roll and a reroll as well, Davis. Because Bake and Agile Monk bought everybody a reroll this session. So there you go.
Nice. Good deal, Agile Monk. All right. Okay, so Jeremy, Grace, you crawl up into one of these trees, and in this portion of the wood, the trees are relatively young growth, so the canopies aren't super thick. Plus, in this portion of the wood, you've got people on the elm constantly coming down, cutting trees down for whatever, wood fire, whatever they need. So it's a little bit more open here, not where you were in the evening before you scramble up into this tree. You can first see Jonic kind of slide down the bank, and he's kind of moving along the bank towards the bridge. Getting further away, you do not see the druid, you do not see the ranger. They're just gone. And Davis, I assume, what did you care? Magawin is just kind of standing there as everyone just leaves you.
Yeah, I stand there for a second, then look for a large tree to stand beside the trunk of a large tree.
Okay. David, you're kind of still visible, and you hear one of those paladins shout and say, "You better find somewhere to go. You better come back." And about that time, Grace, you see this pretty large band of goblins moving up, they're spread out through the tree line on the south side of the road, not, a few hundred feet from you, easily 10, probably more, several wolves, and they're kind of moving forward, weapons in hand. They're all painted up for war. It is definitely a very aggressive hunting party in the woodline. It doesn't take you a moment to realize this is not, they're painted a little bit differently than the goblin that you fought and killed, the one that's laying at the dead of the tree. And those goblins that you ran into earlier went kind of north.
Can I see these? Can I see these goblins as well?
Nobody can see them, Grace. You guys are all kind of hidden in the brush,
right.
And
who is within, like, not shouting distance, but like talking? Is anyone within like talking distance?
Only this barbarian guy who came crashing through the woods.
Yeah, she's gonna call down to him. What's your name? Not Paladin.
McGowan the Free.
Well, McGowan the Free, how many goblins do you think you can take?
Well, today the gods will decide.
All right, well, we got maybe 10, maybe 12, maybe 15.
That's a lot of pressure.
Sink or swim. And she's going to ready her sling in one hand and her staff in the other.
One by one, that's a lot. We should probably hightail it out of here.
We could.
All right, at that point, Grace, you can see the goblin's still kind of hanging in the shadows of the trees. One of them speaks a little bit to some of his comrades, and one of the wolves leaps up, comes out of the brush, up and onto the road, and he stands in and he starts sniffing and whatnot. A couple of arrows clatter near him from the Barbican as whoever's there tries to shoot a couple of crossbows. It yelps, runs across onto your side of the road, so it's probably only like 100 feet from you, and it begins sniffing the ground all over the place.
I reach up and just go like that. That's all I say. And then can I see it this time?
Okay, now I just want to point this out. So if you make a hand gesture like Davis just did, unless you guys have previously discussed what hand gestures mean, you have to. So don't explain your hand gesture, okay?
The way I think about it, like I could see him do it, and I can draw my own conclusion about what.
Yes, absolutely. Now later, if he tells you this means whatever, that's different. But at the moment, he's just making hand gestures down there.
Yes, that's all I'm doing.
Like this.
Okay. And then I undo my pack thing, drop my shield into my hair, and have the spear in my hand. And I crouch down.
Grace.
I would like to drop a bottle.
All right, Chuck, what do you hold? Before you do that, Chuck, what do you got?
Yeah, so I'm as soon as that wolf even goes near the road, I'm pulling out and knocking my
You
arrow.
don't see the wolf yet. You don't see the wolf.
Okay, so then in that case, I will be moving to a position where I can see the wolf.
But you,
Yes.
where
You
would
get what
that
I'm
be?
saying? I'm not going to sit back there and just hide. I'm going to move around. I should be able to hide somewhere within the tree line and be able to see them, right?
It makes sense that you would hear talking and like
Yeah.
move up.
I mean,
You heard a little bit of talking, then it goes quiet, and Davis has made a hand gesture, so you can't hear that.
I'm
You're
not
hiding
paying
in the
attention to
front.
him.
Yeah, and Ren hasn't said anything. She hasn't shouted. There's a wolf
So I didn't hear
Nice.
Davis talking about goblins?
earlier. At this point, nothing. So you can move towards Davis, but there'd be no reason for you to move towards the road.
Well,
I
you got to
did-
keep
so
in track that I know there's goblins around here. We found a beheaded
I-
dude earlier. I'm not
I did
yet.
say-
The goblins that you know are around went north of you. That's where you guys were going when Jeremy began dragging the body.
Yeah, I did say as I was walking away, something is coming.
Yeah, you did, absolutely.
All right.
But all of that's muffled for Chuck because he's still like 50 feet away and hiding in the brush. And
I'm not
Peter
gonna-
too. Peter, you can't hear anything.
So
yeah, that's why
I'm going to
not
move
doing
forward,
anything.
Steve. I'm not going to put myself in a position where I don't know what's going on. I will definitely move forward and listen.
Okay, so where are you moving forward to?
I want to move toward the group. I want to stay with the group because I don't know who this guy is that showed up. I don't trust him. He looks
Keep
like
in
an
mind,
asshole.
There's
Oh.
no group.
Our
The
group.
halfling
Our
van-
group.
I know that the halfling vanished. You don't know where the halfling is. He just disappeared.
He's asleep.
And the rogue went up to the tree line and you haven't seen him. And then the monk went up to the tree line and you haven't seen her.
Right, but I'm not going to stand back there. I'm going to follow him because my idea was
You're
to
gonna
move
go.
up.
You're gonna go in the general direction that Ren and
Yes.
the rogue went. Okay,
I'll be
all
more
right.
informative next time. My apologies. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
All right. So are you sneaking or are you just moving forward?
I'm hiding. I'm moving quietly
Give
through the
me
forest.
a hide check and give me a move silent check.
You like a lot of checks, don't you?
Hey, it's Castles and Crusades. We get to check everything. It's awesome.
No,
It-
no,
That's
bad
the
words.
opposite of the
Bad.
truth.
No, no, no.
What did you get there?
Oh, let's see. That's Dex 17. Yeah, 17.
All right. Is that on your hide or your move silent?
That's
I
going
don't
to
think
be
you
on
can
my
do
move
both.
silently.
Do up.
It's going to be on my move
Well, if
silently.
he's moving forward, Jeremy, he's going to move forward silently, and then he's going to hide. I assume that's what he's
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah, can I not do both or no? I mean, I don't know.
Well, you can move. As you move forward, give me a move silent check. So that's your 17. So you move silently forward, and now you're going to hide as you kind of move at the end of that round.
Oh.
Where are you hiding?
I'm
Or are
just
you just
using-
moving forward?
I'm moving forward, but I'm using obviously the trees.
You
and
spot.
not-
At the end of this round, you spot this tall, half naked. I guess you got. What did you say, Davis? You had
He had breeks on and a
leather
Just-
armor.
Yeah, leather armor.
yeah.
A leather
waistcoat.
jacket, that's it.
Yeah, and a spear in hand, bracing himself for battle. That's all you see.
Do I not see Ran anywhere?
Nope, you don't. And you don't see the rogue. Your
Okay.
group has scattered through the tree line.
All right.
The very first lesson everyone should learn is to split the party as much as humanly possible, like a fractal.
All right. Well, I guess I'm just gonna hunker down and wait for someone to scream. I don't know what else to do.
Okay, can you give me some clarity on what exactly I can see since
All right, so where you're standing, you clearly know where Ren went.
Mhm.
You can hear some movement in the direction that human, the rogue, said in a minute, but you can't see anything. There's just too much trees from where you are.
All
You
right.
can see the paladins in the river behind you. You're right on the riverbank. You know where the road is. Everybody knows where the road is.
Are we standing on the road?
But we're close enough that the paladins were shooting arrows this direction.
Not at you, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like 300 feet from the road. And you can see elm behind you. You can see the corral behind you. About this point, John, you get up underneath the bridge. So you're hiding there.
I got a 17 on my hide check.
Ren, anything?
Yes. I'm gonna drop a bottle.
Oh, that's right. You were dropping a bottle. All right. So that, Chuck, you clearly hear as this bottle hits the ground. Grace, I want you to roll a D8. If you roll a 7 or an 8, it breaks.
Okay. I'm dropping it on the wolf.
Oh, no, you're not. The wolf isn't close yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I would like to wait until the wolf is like sniffing around the tree, and then I would like to try to drop it on the wolf and try to like nose blind him.
Okay, all right. The wolf is still about 100, 150 feet from you, and it stops. It begins to sniffing around on the road. It starts moving very kind of cautiously forward, and it's clearly picked up y'all's scent. I mean, it's following roughly where you guys were before. Peter.
Wait.
Yeah.
How far am I from the body of the goblin?
20 feet, probably, give or take.
Okay.
Okay. Peter.
Can I see this wolf yet?
No, nobody can see the wolf but Grace. You're on the
Okay.
other side of the field, but you do see a wolf. A wolf
Okay.
comes trotting down from the north, and it's sniffing. It's probably 30 feet from you.
Animal friendship.
Okay, what does that do? Do I get a save? What am I doing?
I believe it's something. It's basically just like a find familiar almost. It's
He
like,
gives it a piece of meat, and it becomes his best
I'm
friend forever.
making pals with it.
All right.
Does the animal get a saving throw, or does he have to make it?
I don't think it gets a save. I think it just happens.
So we don't know. Is that what?
Well, because it's an animal versus a monster, right?
Well, I looked at
I'm
it.
looking at-
He doesn't get a save. He just
does it.
What the hell is it called now, Gary? That's animal courier. Is that what it is?
No, that's
It's animal
messenger.
friendship.
It's animal friendship.
Is it really?
Yep.
Because it is not in the player's handbook.
you can
I
trust
literally
this.
got it from there.
It's animal bond, I assume that's what it is. No,
You can
Yeah,
trust this.
there is no such spell in the player's
It's animal
handbook.
bond. It's animal bond.
Okay. All right.
You gotta use the new names.
Yeah. But just to let everyone know out there, we have reforged everything about 2 years ago. Peter really wasn't part of that. He's just doing all the art for it, so he didn't get the spell list. All right.
Where was it?
You're
Animal
within
bond, yeah.
range, you're good. Doesn't look like I get a save. Oh no, it does get a save. All right. And you're first level?
Yep.
All right. It looks over at you. You throw your little meat down or whatever you do, make your gesture, and it looks over at you and it whines a little bit. No,
Gesture it over.
It starts coming to you. And then you hear a whistle. You hear a low whistle. The wolf stops, looks behind it, then looks at you and starts coming at you. And then you hear a whistle again and again. You keep gesturing it to come to you?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And then
I
it
got
goes-
snacks, man.
Wolf comes up to you. All right, Davis, at this point, you see that wolf kind of trotting in into the air. It's moving very cautiously, following the scent of something. Chuck, you see it as well. Grace, you can see it from where you are.
Okay. I look up to see how far away is Ren.
Her tree's probably 20 feet from where you are.
Okay. How high up?
30 feet.
All right. Now, I don't know where is the bridge behind me as compared to the
It's off to your left and behind you, yeah.
and the goblin body's 20 feet in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay. Tried, and I'm moving as slowly as possible to not hit any branches and stuff, and I'm backing up a little bit.
Okay.
And then I look up at Ren and I just look that direction and just make a thing like that.
All right, Ren, do you do anything?
Can I see the gesture again?
I just look up and I start backing up. That's it. I know.
Okay. I think that as Ren, I take that to mean
Where's the bathroom? I really gotta go.
the bathroom is wherever you are. I take that to mean get closer. I think.
Sure, that's what it means.
I'm gonna. It's not close enough for me to.
You could probably hurl that bottle. Chances of you hitting it pretty slim.
Okay.
Because it's on a
I'll
trail.
wait.
What I'm sorry.
I'm gonna hunker down and just wait a little bit
All right, so you
longer. I'm gonna touch. What was his name? Merrick? What?
McGowan.
McGowan. I'm gonna go. What?
All right, Chuck. Now you can see this McGowan. You can see this McGowan gesturing up into the tree. You can't see Ren, but you can make whatever.
Is he out in the middle of the road?
No. He's just so you guys aren't near the road. Keep that in mind. The road.
I thought he said he was backing up on the road.
So
I'm sorry.
that's confusing because when we ended, we were on the road.
No. You went off the road pursuing the goblin because the goblin was on the wolf, and the wolf falls off, and that's where you guys were heading.
Okay.
Yeah, the goblin was on the road. It takes off running. Someone shot it. I think it was you.
I shot it. Yeah.
Yeah. You took a shot, hit it. It rode for another round or so, and then falls off. So you move like 100 feet off the road, and then you wandered through the woods for a little bit, discussing, and that's when you decided you wanted to cause a war between the paladins and whatnot. So the road is like 200 feet from where you guys are.
North,
right?
south, east, west.
It's going to be south of you. There's a goblin party that went north of you. That's
Right.
who Ranger was tracking.
I understand. So
There's
we're
a
on the same
goblin
side of the
party.
road. We're on the same side as where we camped earlier, basically.
Yes, but not near where you.
No,
There's
no.
an unrelated force of goblins approaching from the south,
Yes.
dressed for war. Presumably, this is some weird tribal
Right,
conflict.
But what is David? But Davis's character, I'm gonna get used to his name. What is it again?
McGowan.
McGavin. So when McGavin is he? So he's in the woods too with us. But what's
Well, he's
it
just
look
kind
like?
of he's standing. He's close. He came out of the river,
Yeah.
and he moved 20 feet into the tree line, or wherever the road was.
And the angle to me though, is he in front of me, beside
Does
me?
it matter?
Yes, it matters. It does matter.
Probably to your right
Okay.
and toward the river.
And I'm watching him. He doesn't see me.
No, because you're hidden or whatever.
I'd like to move up behind him, please, as close as I can.
It's a great idea.
Sorry.
Why is it right here?
All right, give me a move silently check.
Okay.
There's goblins
Yes.
everywhere. Let's sneak up on Davis.
I just
Pretty
poked my
damn
fucking
good.
head out and looked
18
around.
without bonuses. Pretty good.
All right,
This
so
guy's
how
just
close are
rocking.
you going to try to get to him?
I want to put a knife against his throat. And
The dude is
Welcome.
experienced.
no, I'm going to move up behind him, and I'm going to try to see what he's seeing. But I don't want him to know I'm there. I'm not going to say anything to him. I'm just kind of, I still don't know if I should trust this guy or not.
Give me footage between you and him when you stop moving.
Oh, I don't want him to know I'm there. So probably at least 10, 15 foot. No,
Okay.
I'm back.
So you move up pretty quietly.
Yeah.
Rogue, you poke your head up. You can see these two. You can't see the wolf. It's too low to the ground. You don't know where Ren is, nor where the halfling is. But you can see the ranger clearly sneaking up on this new guy.
He can see me?
The rogue can see you, yes.
I'm hidden.
You're moving silently. You haven't hidden yet. And there's nowhere really, keep in mind, this part of the river, this part of the forest, it's just trees. There's no brush.
I don't need to see him. That doesn't inform
Yeah,
my
yeah.
decision making in
Okay.
any way. So I'll just say that I don't see him because it's
Okay.
fine. I'm just looking for movement on the other side of the thing, and I'm just knocking an arrow, and I'm gonna dip that down and wait and listen and wait, and if they get real close, I'm gonna come out and pop something.
Okay. All right, Davis, what do you do?
I'm back. Okay, I'm backing up slowly. This is the effort that I'm trying to make. I'm trying to get away from that body. All right, the smell of that goblin body.
Yeah.
But as I'm back, and I'm crouching down as I'm backing up, and I see the wolf, and then I'm going to stop for a second and check out the wolf. Anything unusual about it, or does it just look like a freaking wolf?
It's small, and it's kind of mangy looking, and it's thin, clearly hungry. That's about it. But it's not some huge war.
Yeah, it's just a wolf.
It's just a wolf. It's not well fed.
Okay, they're pretty big. Okay, all right.
And it's following a trail on the ground. Ren, you can tell.
Is that the one I'm in? Is that the one I'm
No,
interacting
you
with?
got a completely
What
different.
time of day is it?
It's about 3-ish, give or take.
Okay.
This afternoon. All right. So at that point, the wolf stops. It lifts its head. It starts sniffing all over the place. And then you can see it get a little bit frantic. It starts moving about, moves to the left, moves to the right, and it trots towards you, Davis, and Ranger, and Ren, and Rogue, and it stops, and it freezes. It clearly sees you, Davis. It 100% sees you.
No. As soon as it starts moving my direction, I leap up and I fling that spear right at it.
All right. As soon as you leap, It turns to run. Give me an initiative. Roll a d10.
Let's go.
I'm gonna take action as well, Stephen.
What are you doing?
Well, if he's leaping at this wolf and this wolf's doing what it's doing,
And the
I'm
wolf's
gonna shoot
like
it.
50 or so, 50, 60 feet away. It's not
I'm
right
gonna
there.
I'm gonna plug it with an arrow. I don't want to get in the way. I don't want to make any noise.
Did you have your bow in hand?
I did. I told you I knocked it before I started moving. Way back
Okay,
when.
all right, Davis, what'd you get initiative?
4.
Chuck, what'd you get initiative?
Oh, what are we rolling in your game?
D10.
10. Castles and Crusades.
And
Chuck, you've played it before.
I've played my
2.
version.
All right, that wolf pivots and starts running, belting out of you. Both you can take your shots. You're going to have a heavy minus on there. Davis, swing.
Oh.
I've got a minus on mine.
Yep. Davis, throw your spear.
I'm throwing it.
Roll a d20.
Roll it. 18, 19, 20.
All right. You hit it. You thump into it. Chuck, what'd you get?
16 prime.
Well, it's an attack roll. It doesn't matter if it's.
That
Oh,
when
yeah,
your arrow
okay.
goes awry.
Right.
Your arrow goes awry very close, but it lands where it just was. Knock off an arrow from your quiver there, Chuck. Davis, you hit it. How much damage you get?
7.
All right. It yelps really loud as your spear transfixes its hip and it topples over dead. Instantly, you guys hear whistles blowing on the south side of the road and some commotion on the south side of the road. Jeremy, above you, you can hear things closing, like doors closing and whatnot.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
And then there's motion. There's a lot of movement coming y'all's way from the road direction.
So,
Okay. Go ahead, Jeremy.
presumably, this is a muddy bank.
No, it's mostly dry. The river's way down. There's been no rain for the better part of a month.
Okay, then never mind. I will do nothing.
All right, you cling there underneath the bridge.
I've got an arrow knocked. I'm trying to position myself such that if I need to, I could kind of quickly scramble back up the bank on the northern end. So I'm like just inside underneath. So if they're coming this way, they'd have to get very close to like eclipse that edge of the stonework.
Okay, Davis, I need you to make a wisdom check. Peter, that wolf's curled up next to you. Are you doing anything? You're just staying hidden.
I'm staying hidden, but I have a little agenda in mind, but it's more to do with the wolves than anything else that's going on around here. So,
All right, what are you doing?
is there are there any signs of this commotion in the woods? Any of these goblins coming out?
You clearly hear something from the south side of the road, but I want to be very clear that the wolf you just befriended came from the north.
Okay, well, I'm still waiting and seeing and what the situation is then. So
Wait.
I'm trying to make friends here, so because this poor thing is clearly hungry, so I'm feeding it.
It's definitely hungry for sure.
Oh, I thought I killed the one that he was befriending.
No, it's a completely. That's why I asked. It was a completely different thing.
It's like, I'm going to find the druid's friendly squirrels and kill them all.
Grace, what do you got?
Do I see them coming towards us or like anything?
You're going to in just a second. Yeah, so you're just staying in the trees. I want to do a quick recap as you guys are going to learn what a hammer and an anvil are when they're used together.
Okay.
So you guys are kind of.
Hey, before you do your recap, just to let you know exactly what I'm doing. As soon as I threw that spear, as soon as it left my hand, I rushed forward to retrieve it.
Okay. All right. And anyone else want to tell me? I know what Jeremy's doing. I know what Peter's doing. I know what Chuck. What are you doing?
I mean, I'm gonna go. So, who can I see at this moment besides Davis?
Only David.
And what does it look like? What is he doing?
He's running away from you as fast as he can. Clearly going to retrieve his spear.
Right. Okay. All right. And the wolf turn and come out.
The wolf is dead.
I mean, okay. Oh, did he kill it? Did we kill it?
He killed it.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I didn't realize that. I thought it was still running.
Tell me my XP.
Oh yeah, where's the XP at? Damn. No.
We'll worry about that.
Oh yes, later. Yeah, right.
Bloodletting is coming in about 10 minutes. Chuck, what are you doing? You running after him? Getting in the tree? Going to the Paladins?
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the
Going to
trees.
the tavern? What are you doing?
I'm gonna go to the trees.
All right, you just run into the tree line somewhere?
And try to hide. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to do a quick recap here.
Yeah, because
So
I'm a
you're in
little.
the powder timberland. The powder timberland is a fresh growth part of the forest, and this area that you're in is just savaged by the people of Elm as they gather firewood. There's
Sure.
no brush here. There's no huckleberries. There's no flowers. There's just a little bit of dry grass left over from the summer, and you got these trees that are spread out, mostly oak with a little bit of a sycamore. Yeah, a little bit of sycamore in here. The white bark sycamore here and there. It's late in the summer. They're dry. The leaves have begun to fall. Just a little bit of it, particularly on the sycamore. But there's just not a lot of hiding space here. Now there's enough of these trees that it breaks up your visibility, especially when you're higher up. Ren just happens to be in a perfect spot where she can kind of see the road, or close to the road where she was. And at the moment, what's his name? Jonik, you're underneath the bridge. You're about 110 feet or so from where you last talked to Ren and the human. Ren, you were in that tree above the barbarian who just ran in a southwesterly direction towards the road. The ranger has pivoted and gone south or west north to get deeper into the tree line, sort of where you guys last saw the halfling, and no one knows where the halfling is because the halfling's just gone. So, and you've got noise, a lot of noise coming over the road. And Grace, you see it first. It's first a wolf, another wolf, third wolf, fourth wolf, and about 15 goblins running out, stone axes, arrows, bows, all kinds of weapons, moving forward very, very rapidly. At that point, Grace, you clearly hear to the north movement. Halfling, where you are, you've got this wolf kind of curled up next to you. He's super happy. You're feeding him. Suddenly, there's movement all around you. You can hear creatures moving stealthily, obviously not with skill, through the woods, circling you. Not necessarily coming at you, but moving around you onto the left and to the right.
Okay. I would like to do something.
Okay.
I take out a piece of paper.
Okay.
You
You do what?
A piece of paper and a piece of charcoal.
Okay.
I'm going to write down 15 goblins, 4 wolves, hunker down. Let's see what happens. Or start running and I'll follow you. And I'm going to make a paper airplane and toss it to Jonik.
Yeah, hell of a throw. I don't know about that.
I'm a monk. I can do that.
All right. So you're scribbling on your piece of paper. Jeremy, you really can't see anything yet, but you can hear a lot of movement. What do you do?
Well, I'm hoping that my proximity to the city and all the noise coming from that will mask my presence pretty well. Because to a dog or a wolf, it's just like, oh, that's just people and horses. I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to creep up the bank just the tiniest little bit, just enough that I can like peer out and look. And then depending on what I can see, I'll either sink back down or I'll probably start sticking arrows in the ground in a row so that I can pull them quickly and fire at whatever's coming through.
Okay. Peter, what are you doing?
So I'm basically surrounded, even though I'm not.
It doesn't seem that you've been discovered, but there's something moving.
There's a lot of movement. Okay. Am I standing in brush or vegetation of any kind?
You're kind of clinging to the side of this tree, this sycamore tree. Mostly the bark is falling off. There's leaves scattered about. And you have
on the ground.
Huckleberry bush that's grown up alongside of it that you've curled up underneath.
So there's not vegetation around them.
Not really. No.
Okay. Well, that won't work then. So inside this area of trees, there would be like ground scrub, wouldn't there? Where all these movements come from?
The people of Elm have gathered, all the little branches, all that stuff up for their fires. I mean, it's been a long summer.
Well, I'm going to have to sit still then.
All right. Okay. All right, Davis, you go barreling forward. You see your spear stuck into that wolf. Even as you do, you see this kind of small wedge of goblins. They spot you. Their danders instantly up. All the wolves, all the goblins start running for you, weapons out. A couple of stops, start taking pot shots at you. What are you going to do?
Okay, is my hand on my spear when I see this?
At the end of this round, you grab your spear. Arrows start falling way short. They're not within range yet. But this goblin horde's coming in. You got about 3 rounds before they get to you. 2 rounds, give or take.
3 rounds before they get to me. Okay. How far is the bridge from me?
About 150 feet. There's no way you make the bridge before you get intercepted. And there's no, you're, no, I'll say that. You can try. Absolutely, you can try.
Okay. I'm pell-melling straight for the bridge.
Okay. back to the army.
I drop my pack, I drop my shield, but I keep my spear, and I pell-mell as fast as I can towards the bridge. And I start yelling out, "Here they are, you cowards! Come out and fight now!"
All right, so the goblin wedge pivots as you start running. And of course, if the bridge is here, and you're here, and the goblins are here, now it's just a race, to see who gets there first. Chuck, everyone on the battlefield hears this. Chuck, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go follow him.
Now, you're going to sneakily follow him?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to. Can I stick to the trees?
You can run from tree to tree, but give me a spot check.
Hey, should I start rolling a new character already?
Depends on how good you roll on your initiative. I want everyone to make an intelligence check. And I'm going to give you a CL 0 and a bonus 5.
That's a 3 on the dice.
Grace still misses.
I didn't go to book learning school.
It's like 19 prime.
Okay.
Just a
Chuck,
12
Or
on-
non-prime, excuse me.
Yeah. Chuck, what'd you get?
I'm checking here. Let's see. So for the intelligence check, that was a 14 non-prime.
You're good. Peter, what'd you get?
I rolled a 12.
Oh, you're good. Davis, what'd you get?
Wait. 7.
Okay. You're good too. All right. So other than Grace, all 4 of you, when you see these wolves running, it hits you. There is no conceivable way. There is no conceivable way that you are going to hide from these wolves. It's just not going to happen because they don't need to see you. They just need to smell you. So unless you have done taken some extraordinary action to cover your scent as far as you've been running, they will find you, whether you're in a tree, under a tree, on a tree, or whatever. And there's minimally 4 wolves on the battlefield. That's just, take that knowledge, do with it what you want. Just
So
letting
can I see these wolves from where I'm at now?
not yet, but
Just say yes. Just say yes.
Yeah, no, you got another problem. So Chuck, what'd you get on your spot check?
It was a 16 without any modification.
All right. So as you start to follow, you see movement out of the corner of your eye, and you just turning around, you see that band of goblins that went north. It's a good 10 of them, and 2 wolves. They're kind of ranged out in this arc, moving towards you, and they've kind of stopped and they're looking at you. What do you do?
I'm just going to retreat into the trees and start heading towards Davis.
So you're just going to run towards. There's no really. So there's wolves.
Sorry, I'm
south
a little
of you.
confused about the layout. It's fine though. I know.
Yeah, so just imagine a forest, an open forest with trees every 30, 40
Right, but the
feet,
bridge
all
is
right?
to the east, correct?
It's to the south of where you're standing.
Okay. And that's the direction he's heading, right?
Yes. Just imagine trees every 30 or 40 feet.
Yeah.
All right. And you're standing behind one. And to the north of you are 10 goblins spread out in this arc. And to the south of you are another 20 goblins spread out in an arc. And they're hunting something. So you can run deep into the Darkenfold. That's your only opening. Or you can make a run for the bridge, which you're much further away than Davis is. Or you can try to hide behind a tree. Or you can stand and fight.
I think I'm just gonna stand and fight because I don't know. I don't know. Let's see.
So you can run to the Paladins too. You can cross the river or run for the Darkenfold.
I'll head over to, and I can't see anybody else but Davis, correct?
I start shooting.
Yeah, at the moment you can only see Davis running pell-mell, and a band of goblins trying to cut him off.
And he's
from the
heading
bridge.
for the bridge, right?
He's heading for the bridge.
All right. I guess that's where I'll go to.
All right, you start running to the bridge. Good
Yeah,
deal.
sorry.
All right, Rand, you stay in a tree, I take it, or you drop
No,
it?
I'm getting down.
Okay.
And I'm gonna run to catch up with Larian, and I gotta just hear it one more time. What's your name?
McGowan.
McGowan.
I'm gonna call you Wiegloff.
All right,
Like Rose
Randy
McGowan.
drops out of the tree. When you drop out of the tree, you're actually not far from Larian, as he's just decided to run to the bridge. So you got this barbarian running towards the bridge. You got the rogue hiding underneath the bridge, and the ranger and the monks are running in that direction. Really, the only reason Peter is going to survive this young, what is his name, Endwise, is because Chuck runs towards the bridge. As soon as you start running, Larian, those goblins take after you like madness.
Sure.
And the two wolves that they do, and they just sweep past you. Druid, they just start running past you on either side.
I can see the wolves then, right?
You can see 2 wolves and 10 goblins.
Can I calm the wolves?
It's a lot of goblins.
I mean, do you have that spell memorized 3 times?
No, I have. There's one called Bond with Animal Bond, but there's another one called Calm Animals, which it doesn't make friends. It just chills them out.
Chills them out. All right, give me an area
Yeah.
effect on it. Let me know if I need a saving.
25 by 25 feet. And I can cast it within 50 feet. Yeah, that's a completely different spell. One was that Animal Bond was making friends, like animal friendship, but Calm Animals just makes them like calm and not do anything.
All right, so the wolves are probably about 60, 65 feet apart. What is the area effect on them?
The spell's area of effect is 25 by 25 feet, but the range is 50 feet. I don't know whether I get 1, okay.
All right, so do I get a saving throw against that?
It is
Probably
a charisma save,
a mental save.
so mental save.
It does not save. So one of the wolves actually stops, confused, pivots around, doesn't know what to do, and clearly one of the goblins stops his pivots and looks at it. It's clearly that wolf's handler, and it starts moving to it. So that's your action for the round. Jeremy, you're going to climb up on the bank and take a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna look out if they're in range, and I know that despite my best efforts, they're gonna find me.
They're at medium range at the moment.
Sure. Is there one that looks more? Is there one goblin that looks more important than the rest, or no?
Not really.
Okay. 18 to hit for 7 damage to what? Or, excuse me, 6 damage. 6
As you
damage.
scrabble out, take your shot. Davis, you see that guy that vanished earlier come out taking a shot. Jeremy, even as you loose your arrow, you hear behind you goes, "Oh, there's another one. They're all going to die." From above you. You can see people leaning out the windows of the houses that are there watching the fight unfold. All right, you thump a goblin. He flips into the air, falls over. Davis, I need you to make an initiative.
Boom. I'm using a roller. I couldn't find my dice. 7.
All right, you got it. You're moving super fast. You're human. You're moving faster than the goblins.
Let me give me the layout of the bridge.
All right, so, but real quick, what you can tell is closing fast are the wolves. They move much faster than you do. All right, so as you're running forward, you can see to your immediate left is the river, okay? To your immediate right, but going in a westerly direction is the road, the cobbled post road that goes into the Darkenfold.
Okay.
And then where you're running forward is a large barbican that sits upon the road itself. It's right on the edge of the bridge, built in and around the bank. It has 2 small towers, 30 feet tall, and 1 gate between them that's closed, 2 doors that's closed and presumably locked.
Is it wooden?
It's wooden, yeah, with iron bands on. The rest of the barbican's stone.
Oh, it's that's not good. Are there any guards up in the towers?
You don't see any, but you know that some arrows shot earlier, and there's almost for certain guards there.
Okay. Making to the door.
All right, you're belting into the door. Chuck, you're running across the ground. Ren, are you right? You can outpace the ranger. Do you leave him behind, or you run with him?
I'll run with him. I'll be like, "Are we fighting or are we running?"
Okay. You can see now. You both see this band of 15 odd goblins. It's probably more. They're moving left and right as they're running up the road, chasing the barbarian. Some spy you. They start shouting really excitedly. The wolves start closing in, and even then, you can a bow shoot, a strings, an arrow flies. Goblin hits the ground, topples over, and then one stops. You guys are still running. Goblin's still running, and it starts shouting something. And then the goblins slow, and the wolves back up a little bit. So Davis, you can pivot and attack one of the wolves, or you can run up to the Barbican.
I'm going to run up all the way up to the Barbicans and yeah, place them back against the wall.
Okay. All right. You get up. You
Wait. How high are there? Any windows in the towers?
arrow slits.
How high up is the lowest one?
About 12 feet.
No.
All right. You slam your back up to it. You see the rogue standing there drawing another arrow. Chuck, you run up to the Barbican. All right. Goblins begin to stop. Do what?
I said I'm still following him.
Yep. All right. And Ren, you run up as well. The goblins start back. They start stopping. They're about 60, 70 feet away. A couple of arrows shoot from the towers to the left and right of where you're standing, Davis. Jeremy, you taking another shot?
Yeah, I got 15 to hit for 5 damage against the nearest
Another
wolf.
goblin topples down.
No,
Wolf.
wolf.
Okay, the wolf.
Whatever's nearest.
It hits the wolf, wounds it, it yelps, but the wolves too are falling back. And then you can see this other band, the one you were pursuing earlier, kind of join the first, and they just kind of mill about. They fall back to about 100 odd feet. As you guys figure out that Halfling, you're sitting there. You can see that calmed wolf. The one goblin walks up to it and he starts speaking to it very quietly in its ear, and he squats down next to it. He's kind of tugging on it, whatnot. What, are you doing anything or what?
Yeah,
he hasn't seen me yet, right?
Not yet.
Am I behind him or in front of him?
You're facing him.
Okay. How far away am I?
30 feet.
Oh, well, I can't really do much of anything then.
Okay.
But
all right, so the goblins start milling about. 2 of them clearly squat down, start talking. They fall back out of arrow range. They move back about 120 odd feet. Jeremy, you taking another shot?
Yeah.
Okay, take your shot and minus each of these arrows that you spend in your quiver.
Yeah, I've got 16 left. This will be number 16. 23 to hit with a 20 on the die.
What are you hitting?
Whatever's nearest.
You hit a goblin. Goblin topples down.
5 damage.
All right, goblin topples over, and then one of them shouts, and they start falling back into the woodlines. You all clearly hear movement in the Barbican and on the bridge. Definitely humans, definitely heavy armor, definitely clanking of just weaponry and whatnot.
I'm going to drop off the bridge.
I turn around and bang on the door and say, "There it is, Sir Glory Finder. I told you I'd bring the hell down on you." And then I turn around. I'm looking for another way to get the hell out of here.
I'll tug on his sleeve and on the ranger's sleeve before I drop down. This way, come on.
Okay.
You're going to go into the down where the rogue is, hide under the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay. Ranger, what do you do?
I'm gonna follow. Oh, I'm gonna look at him and say, "Come," and I'll just follow her.
All right, I'm going to leap over the bridge. Now, can they see us?
They could see you from the northern bank, but they're not going to be able to see you when they open the Barbican. And as you all scramble down the bank, they open the Barbican. You hear some curses. Gods be damned. We almost had them. And then they look around and mill about a little bit. At this point, the goblins have kind of vanished back. Though, Peter, you can see some of them moving in your direction, about a half dozen or so. And then they start closing the door again. You all can hear it. All 4 of you, not Peter, but the 4 of you can hear it.
So did we hear them fall back behind the door, or did they just go
You hear
out?
the door close, then you hear a bar drop, and then there's some clanking going around.
Sure. We heard clanking after the door was opened. Did we hear it passing back? And then
Well,
it closed?
there's movement. Whether it moves back, you can't quite tell.
Then I use a listen check. I don't know. I can't tell.
What'd you get?
14 prime.
You've got re-rolls. Good
You
God.
do not hear them moving back.
Okay.
All right, Peter. So this group of 6, 8 goblins head in your direction. They got 1 wolf with them, and they move. Then they start speaking. Do you speak Goblin?
I speak. Apparently not.
Okay, they're
None of those
speaking, and they're speaking to the one, and The one that's kind of talking to the one that you calmed, he's trying to, figure out what's wrong with his wolf. And then he shouts back and forth at the two of them. And then that other wolf, the third one, stops, hackles go up, and it kind of crouches down a little bit. You see it snarling. It doesn't see you, but something's amiss. And then all of the goblins start pulling out weapons and whatnot. Good 6 of them.
Well,
Get him, Peter.
still being hit. Can I still move? Can I move quietly away?
You move out of this
Well,
brush, the chances of you moving and hiding are slim to none.
Well, yeah, I can't really move then. I'm just going to say quietly with the wolf.
All right, so the one wolf begins moving forward. It clearly senses something's amiss. The one that you calm starts growling a little bit, falls back, and then the goblins kind of range out. Give me a hide check on that, see if you stay hidden. So the rest of you guys are crouched underneath the bridge, water running next to you. What do you want?
Around this time, Ren is saying to the others, "We should
Sorry.
probably go find Endwise."
I rolled a 19. So
Okay, you somehow you stay hidden, but
Well,
your wolf that you've befriended begins to paws at your pack, trying to get into you, and it whimpers a little bit, and then all the goblins immediately know something's amiss. One shouts something, they start running towards you. You got one round to act. What are you doing?
they're surrounding me.
This is running at you.
Okay. So they're coming in one direction. Okay.
Yep.
I hop up and leg it in the other, and
You just
away.
start booking it out of there, and you're a halfling, so your movement's 20. Theirs is 20. What kind of equipment do you have on?
Just that druid backpack and
You're not encumbered. You don't have any crazy armor or anything crap.
No,
All right, you
it's
just
just like
start
a leather
running
coat.
into the perched timberland in a northerly direction. I'll get to you in just a second. The one wolf that's not calm, not friended, is right on you. I mean, it is barreling at you. Goblin's right behind him, and you know instinctively there's no way you can outrun that wolf unless you got magic somehow or the other. All right, before you decide what you're going to do, Peter, hold on just a second. Grace, you said something to your comrade.
Yeah, we should probably go find Endwise.
I look at you like you've got lobsters crawling out of your ears.
Just leave him alone. He's just a little guy.
Well, we can go
The
find
wolf that I befriended, is it coming with me?
Yeah, it's following you.
I'll scurry up the bank.
Yeah, we'll go. We can look for it. I'll tell them. I'll say, listen, if we smell any or see or smell any wolves, we shoot them on sight. We'll find him.
Yeah.
I
elbow McGowan and I'm like, "You're gonna love him."
okay. So
I point up to just up front of me. They're looking for me. So
I go. Stop talking. Stay here. And I'm going to attempt to move silently up the bank and kind of peer around and look and see.
Okay, as you start moving up the bank, you see this a good 10 or 12 humans on the north bank from the town of Elm with the man catchers. 4 of them have man catchers. The others just have cudgels and shields, and they slide down into the river and they start moving towards you. I mean, you're hiding from the goblins very well, but everyone in Elm can clearly see you hiding under
These guys' fucking problem. Why do they care? Why are they such assholes?
And they're crossing the river at you guys.
I look at Jeremy. What's your character's name?
John.
Jonic.
I don't know it anyway. Anyway, I look at Jeremy's character and said they need pack animals and fodder. Just get out the other way.
How many of them are there?
Destiny is with us. Come on.
I'll start shooting these motherfuckers dead. How many are there?
About 10 of them.
I shoot one.
All right, so Jeremy pivots.
I could try to lead them in a different direction.
Pivots, draws his arrow, takes a shot.
I'm gonna go to the tavern.
The 19 to hit for 6 damage.
You hit one square. He staggers back as he splashes into the water. One of the other ones turns around. We got a murderer here. And then there's a short hound. They start running, dropping their man catchers, pulling blades, maces,
Oh, this is good.
whatnot. And you can clearly see a paladin up on the bank. He's not in any kind of armor. He leaps onto his horse, grabbing a blade out, and just starts charging into the water. And other knights start jumping up and whatnot. They're coming at you.
I scream, "Get him! Get the murderer!" No, kill it's the Warriors. The Warriors did it.
I grabbed him by the shoulder and said, "You're wanted too now."
How quick are they? So they're just sprinting like no issue through like chest deep
No,
water?
they're not going to be on top of you instantaneously. I'm just telling you, as soon as he shouts murderers, the guys that are in the water are about 200 feet. They aren't moving cautiously. They're running now. So in one round, they're going to be moving 120 feet around, falling down in the water because it's not easy to run through a creek. The one guy just leaps on the nearest horse next to him as soon as he hears the word and just grabs a blade, and he's pivoting in your direction. And then other paladins or knights are just scrabbling up, gathering weapons and whatnot. Now they have something to do. They have someone evil to kill, so they've got something to do.
He killed Cyrus.
These guys fucking suck. I don't care.
Killing a man mule doesn't make you evil.
So actually, on that note, I have to dip. Do I relinquish control of my character for the session?
No. So, all right. So I'm just going to ask you one question.
Yeah,
are you going to surrender to these paladins, or are you going to try to get out of there?
I'm running.
Okay.
I'm faster than them.
Ren gets up the bank and just tears off through the forest.
I want to make sure my friends are okay. I'm not going to like leave them in the dust.
Well, you're assuming they're with you, and that's because I know Gracie's got to bow out early.
Yeah.
So she's going to. It's perfectly fine. That works well.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Good luck. Don't die. Well, hi.
It's looking grim.
Oh, come on, you got it. And if you can,
No, we're going.
anyone can get me one of those man catchers. I'll give you all of my hero potions.
You know, those are making a comeback in Japan and China.
There you go.
It's useful to have one. Just saying.
They never kind of went away. But,
I could see you having one like in real life and hanging on your wall or whatever and getting it down.
Oh, yeah.
With her Nick with it. Come here.
Of course.
they hand those out to the public in Japan.
It's awesome.
All right, Grace. See you tomorrow. All right. Bye. All right. So, Peter, we're going to jump back to you as the three decide what they're going to do. You're running. This wolf is loping next to you, and this other wolf is getting super fast. What do you do?
Well, what I'm trying to do is find a new place to go, either conceal myself or hide with the wolf, or trying to go through water.
There's no conceivable way you can hide with 6 goblins 50 feet behind you and another wolf 10 feet behind you.
Well, that's what I'm trying. I'm building as fast as I can. Once I get into a forest, it's kind of my, sort of my environment. Okay. So mine is just running.
Yeah. All right. So you're just running. You're running as fast as you can. You're a halfling. You're not moving very fast. That wolf is just loping up. At the end of that round, it leaps. Actually, it doesn't leap. It goes in, biting at your Achilles heels, your calf, whatnot, trying to bring you down, as wolves are wont to do. So we're going to start that next round with you. Jeremy, you're on the bank, bow in hands.
I'm on the top of the rise because I went up there to look.
Yeah. You're on top of the bank next to the Barbican to your left. River right behind you. Ren just runs past you. Are you going to pivot to shoot at the paladins again, or what are you doing?
So there's like 40 dudes bearing down on me now.
You killed one, so there's 9 in the water crossing it, and 1 on a horse leaping off of the bank, and others gathering up. But you do hear the door to the Barbican opening.
I'm gonna say, can you hear me? Can you hear us? Are we close enough if I
wait? Okay.
You guys are right on top of each other.
That's what I thought. He hasn't ran out actually made it out of there yet. So
he's got on the bank. That's where
I'm gonna say we need to get out of here now. This is gonna get ugly.
Okay, since I'm touching Jeremy's shoulder as he's saying that, and I was saying you're wanted now, let's go. And I grab him and I start running. I actually don't grab him. No, I'll let my hand go. And then I start running up the bank. And I guess Ren is already ahead of me.
She's heading into the woods. Are you heading into the woods too? It's really the only direction you have to go.
Sure, yeah. That's
That's where I'm actually specifically heading in the directions the goblins went, if I know where they went.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. They went south of the road. So you're running up onto the road and going south a little bit in that direction. Chuck, what are you doing?
I'm the same thing. I'm going to follow them.
Okay, you're following.
I've got
splashes through the river. The paladin leaps into the what, Chuck?
So I do have my bow drawn and knocked, of course, obviously, but I'm following.
Okay. The paladin leaps into the water. His horse just sprays of water in front of him as he's shouting in joy. And then the doors swing wide. You guys move in front of the doors. You're about 30 feet on the road when the doors swing wide, and you can see this tumble of men-at-arms come out. Jeremy, you're running as well, I guess. Bo, you can turn to fight, shoot at him, or what do you
No,
got?
full sprint.
Okay. All right. So you guys are running down. They don't have it. Well, they got 2 missile. They're going to take a couple of pot shots at you guys. I know the couple of crossbow bolts go wide as you guys are maneuvering in and around and belting down the road. Now they're heavily armored. All of you are going to be easily able to outrun these guys because the ones in the barbican and the ones in the water, of course, haven't even crossed the river yet. And the guy on the horse is galloping across the river, so he's 2 or 3 rounds before he gets up and onto the bank. So you guys can be 600 feet, 400 feet, whatever, 360 feet down the road if you're so inclined, or unless you want to stop and fight the goblins or the wolves or the men-at-arms or the paladins or whatever else is in this.
If these 2 groups could intersect,
That's yes.
a lot of my problems would potentially solve themselves.
That's what
Not
I'm
all
trying-
of them, but a lot of them.
I'm trying to get them to follow us and the goblins to come at us so that everyone intersects and we can sort of scoot in. That's my point. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. And then I made this hand gesture just for Wolf alone.
All right, so you 3 are heading across the road, trying to get to where the goblins are. This wall of armor coming behind you, bardages and blades and heavy spiked maces and whatnot, shields and half helms and what have you. And the goblins in front of you are scattering to the 4 winds. There is no conceivable way they're going to fight that armored wedge. There is absolutely no way. They're just scattering into the tree line. But except yours, Peter. And so what is your armor class without shield, without dexterity?
It's a 10. I don't have a shield, so.
All right. Wolf bites at your feet, misses. It kind of slides, tumbles a little bit, misses around your feet. You keep running, and it's coming at you again. You doing anything or just running?
Can I was able to reach into my bag and grab like some food rations or something?
Yeah, well, you can reach. So your backpack, I assume, is that what you have? Or your
Well, it's like a satchel, like a.
Yeah,
So
you're
I can
running.
reach
You're
in
trying
there.
to get it out. You pull it out. It's wrapped, of course. It doesn't come just raw.
I'm going to throw it behind me at the wolf.
Okay. All right. Next round, as you're running, it pays 0 attention to that. It's got fresh meat in front of it. It doesn't want to wrap up,
So
piece
what's
of
the wolf
cornbread
doing?
coming.
What's the wolf with me doing?
It's just loping alongside you. You're just, having a good time. He doesn't know what's going on. He's just, you haven't told it to do anything. It's just.
Oh, okay.
All
I
right.
don't
This
remember what
time
that spell does.
it bites you in the calf, tears your calf pretty good. You take 6 points of damage. Give me a dexterity save.
Dexterity. Natural 20.
All right, you keep your feet. It rips your calf up pretty good. Blood splattering on the trail. The goblins just start shouting and hooting and hollering. You're running just as fast as you can, but obviously your movement's going to be cut tremendously after this wound, and the wolf is just right on top of you. But you keep your feet.
Well,
You keep your feet.
I'll tell the wolf next to me. I'll tell the wolf next to me to attack.
All right, so it pivots, leaps on this wolf. So give me an initiative on that.
So D10. Okay.
This is for your wolf.
I rolled a 6.
All right, simultaneously. So since it was actually attacking, it pivots and attacks this wolf, and it, my wolf, the goblin's wolf, has no idea what's going on. So give me an attack on that. We got a dogfight. That's right. Really, give me an attack roll for your wolf. Add 2 for its hit dice.
Is an 8, I think. Yeah.
It's biting at the side of him. It doesn't do anything. But that wolf does stop. He breaks his attack from you because it's being attacked in the flank. And you keep running. Now your movement is cut completely in half because your calf was so shredded. You're moving at about at a full run, 15 times 3, whatever that is, so 45. You got 1 melee round before all of those goblins are on top of you. What are you doing? You can keep running, but they're definitely going to catch up with you.
So when in the forest, does it get thicker as I go further in? No.
Not for another probably 8 miles or so.
Oh well, I'm not getting 8 miles.
You're in the Perth timberline. It's just open forest here, just trees spread out with little brush.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do is just duck ground trees.
You're just running. All right, next round, a goblin comes running up. He's going to try to clip you with his war axe as he runs behind you. He drops his weapon. He busts his elbow on the side of your head and he drops his weapon.
Is that the halfling luck bonus there?
That's right. You keep running. You guys over there.
Lots of maneuvering, yeah.
Okay. There's no way this ends well, Peter, unless you turn and fight and roll crazy well.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I'm not worried about it.
Yep, you're good. All right, so the rest of you
What the
guys,
word?
goblins just melting into the tree line, running pell-mell. Are you going to stop and hide in a tree or something, hoping that the paladins don't find you, or what are you going to do?
Run.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So
Correct.
Rain and Magwin are just moving down the post road. And once on the road, because it's cobbled, your movement is, and you're unencumbered, your movement is fast. So you start picking up speed quick. Then the men-at-arms don't follow you more than 100 on feet. The paladin comes clattering out of the water, but he's not under orders to plunge into the darkened bowl. So he stops and starts shouting at you guys. As you... now, Jeremy, are you going to go try to hide somewhere, or are you going to run down the road?
I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, all right. Wait, you've been hiding the whole time. So I'm just
No,
making sure.
I ran with them. I ran with them.
All right,
I wasn't standing
Chuck,
around with my
running
hands
out
at
of
my side, just staring at this guy. No.
Chuck, are you running as well? All right. Peter.
Yeah, there's no point.
Now you got quite a few goblins on top of you. One's going to try to leap on you. Are you going to fight? You going to keep running?
I'm gonna keep trying to dodge.
Okay.
That's the
All right,
thing I
you're
can
just
do.
dodging to the left and right. Goblin leaps on your back.
A dodge gives you some kind of AC bonuses.
Like a
Yeah,
plus-
4. I'm knocking 4
Yeah.
off my swings. The guy who jumps on your back misses completely, tumbles and rolls over. Guy to your right, he hits you pretty good with 18, and the other guy misses wildly.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah.
So you're taking 6. You take another 2 points of damage to the side of your head. You still
Yeah,
up?
I'm still behind by like 1 hit point. So
You're running, blood coming out of the side of your head, your calf muscles kind of spreading out. Dog fight going on behind you. 3 goblins on top. You're running, blood coming out of the side of your head. Dog fight going on behind. Next round. And then the other one clips you. You take 2 more points of damage. Are you negative at that point?
yeah.
All right. Well, you topple to the ground, and you are not negative for very long because they proceed to decapitate you and then skin you and start pulling your muscle off of your bones. So your halfling is killed almost immediately.
Well, I'll be sure to give them indigestion.
Tainted meat is what it is. All right. So
I'm full of those iron rations because they're not going to be hurting you.
they're no good for the gut, especially a goblin's gut. All right. So you guys, you hear nothing of this. There's no sound that comes from the north. You guys just keep running. Do you stop at any point to go look for your comrade, or what do you do?
We know that he's
Am I still
smarter
being
than
chased
us.
by a knight?
Yeah.
Then
Wait.
no.
We're talking about the halfling. We've not seen him since he hit.
We haven't seen him in like 6 hours.
You have not seen him all day.
So he's clearly left because it was a smart move, right?
Wait. Oh, you haven't seen him in 6 hours? Really?
Literally.
It's
No.
been about 30 minutes. They haven't seen him since you came across the river. So really, it's only been like 10 minutes. 10 or 15.
Okay. Anyway, I only run for and I start glancing behind me. If I see that the knights aren't rushing after me, I slow to a.
Yeah, they stop. They stop.
Is the mounted warrior still coming or no?
No, he comes clattering up to about where the men-at-arms is, and he gestures at you guys, but you guys are still running.
What a bitch.
Yeah.
Damn. I got all this armor because I'm scared of getting hurt. Also, I'm not going to do anything but yell at you.
He's actually got no armor on at the moment. He's just got a tunic and a sword in hand.
I slow to a jog, then I come to a stop. As soon as I realize they're not, and I'm going to catch my breath.
Okay.
Oh,
About a mile from the bridge.
Whoa,
At this
whoa.
point, by the time you stop, you can't. You're on the road. You've left the goblins behind. You can't see the Barbican. You can't see town. You can't see the river. You've got.
The stream is down.
Chuck.
There's a commercial break in progress.
Everybody was saying it went down, and I got a notification that we're live again on the Discord, which
That's
happens when
probably just the
everything
internet.
You think so, Chuck?
It happens all the time. You'd be amazed how often I'm gonna say.
All right. So you're about a mile from town when you stop.
Okay.
What's the plan now? Ren stops as well.
Okay, I'm catching my breath for a moment, and
Me too.
I look up at Jeremy between heaves and says, "You're wanted now. They're going to kill you." And then I look over at Ren and say, "You said you had a friend down here?"
She looks off to the north. Yeah, endwise. It was a halfling, a druid.
So I give it a second to catch my breath. Then I look at I look at Buck's character. What's your name?
Me?
To Chuck.
Chuck.
Oh.
I'll say it to Jeremy's character since Chuck's
Larian. No, I'm here. I just didn't. Sometimes it's hard to understand what you're saying. Yeah, I'm here. I said,
Oh, I'm sorry.
my name is Larian. What is yours?
McGowan.
Mogwai.
What's yours? Look at Jeremy's character.
Well, apparently Jonic no longer exists, so from now on, my name is Miguel Sanchez.
Miguel.
No, that's not. That's a Simpsons reference. Jonic, yes.
Nice to meet you too. 3. Where are you headed?
Anywhere that isn't fucking here.
Yeah, I look at the back of that town. It's a coward's lot. I'm going out there, make my way back north, maybe.
Where are you from?
Yeah, what's the name of that hill up there? The Shells. The Shells.
Oh, Shells of the Mist.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. You're a long
Yeah,
ways
I
from
joined
home.
this group of laggards and lazy cowards in hopes of finding some glory and making some money.
Sure.
I didn't make any. And no fighting, just walking around pressing people into the army. Now spit on the ground. Anyway,
We could
Well,
certainly use someone with looks like you can handle yourself with a spear pretty well.
I try to size them up. Can't just size them up for
Chuck, give me a quick description of your character.
So I'm an elf, but I am like 6'2". I'm extremely tall for an elf. Thin. I wear camouflaged clothing with a large hooded cloak. Think Aragorn, if you would. I'm very quiet, and I tend to appear and disappear with the group.
You're quite a genetic anomaly.
Sure.
Jeremy,
Sure.
give me a quick description.
A big human, like not huge or anything, but kind of rangy, like long-limbed, moves kind of with a really relaxed kind of gait.
Wow.
Dressed in studded leather.
Go on.
Funny-looking leather cap. Big that obscures a nasty big bump on the back of his head that bothers him continuously. Clean shaven, kind of typically looking very disinterested in just about everything, but right now winded, sweaty, covered in goblin juice, and very upset.
Okay. All right. I stand up and I look around. Do I hear anything?
Force has gone relatively quiet. Basically, you're on the post road here, which is a cobbled road that goes east and west. West takes you deeper into the Darkenfold. East takes you back to Elm, which you know the Paladins will be occupying for at least 2 more weeks as they gather up people. All about you on the north side and the south side of the road are goblins and wolves.
I find it very interesting. Last week it was 3 to 5 days, and now it's 2 weeks.
Davis actually knows how long it is.
Okay.
Because I told him. You guys don't know how long it is, but Davis was part of the army, so he actually knows it. You are the ones that assumed it was a couple of days.
Yeah.
And then when the tents were set up, you said, "Oh, it's going to be 3 or 5 days."
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
But McGowan actually knows, and so everything's quiet at the moment. You're in the Perth timberland, which means the trees are spaced out 30, 45 feet. There's no brush. There's no underbrush.
There's no hiding.
There's no deep grasses here. The Perth timberland is a relatively new growth
Right.
in the last, since the Winter Dark bullshit. Further into the Darkenfold, it starts picking up within about 5 or 6, 7 miles, and by the time you get to the Powder River, it's thick. There's plenty of hiding. It's the Darkenfold at that point. You're technically just on kind of the eaves of it.
Right.
So where you are, there's not much hiding. There's not much shelter. Plenty of trees, though.
Now we have to move on. We basically have to go if we want to get into be cover. We're going to have to head west on the road, right?
Yes.
Well,
Where'd y'all run into this goblin?
I'm sorry.
Where'd y'all run into this goblin?
About 6 miles up the road.
Yeah.
That's not entirely true. You ran into the goblins moving towards the town, but yeah.
We originally found
We found one like 6 miles up the road.
looks like it had killed or beheaded a human.
Yeah.
There's been several people running away from the town.
Well, that way, and I point towards the woods, is probably death. That way, and I point towards the town, is also almost certainly death, at least for some of us, or horrible slavery. Neither of those are particularly appealing, which means that both west and east are not options. There might as well be stone walls on either side of us. So we can go north, or we can go south.
Clearly, Jonik is not an adventurer. He is not. It has nothing to do with adventure or glory or gold or anything like that.
I look at Jorik. Jorik is your name?
Jonik.
So
I look at him and said, I've never seen the sea before.
I don't know where it is, but I'd love to go.
It's south. That's all I know.
Sounds a good way to go as any other of the two.
Does anyone in chat remember what the bartender told the crew? Does anyone?
That they go south and they enslave more and more people.
No, that's not at all what he said.
I don't know. That was early on in the beginning of the game, so I did not catch that.
Someone in chat may, but I know it.
Right. Do what? What was the question?
Last week, the bartender gave them one piece of advice, and I don't think anyone is remembering it or whatever. But anyway, so you guys have multiple options. The world is your oyster. You can go south into the Perth Timberland where you are and looking for where you might think the sea is. You can go north, also into the Perth Timberland. God knows what's there. Or you can go west, deeper into the Darkenfold. The only you know is that Ends Meet is in that direction if you go west, and Elm back, obviously, to wherever. Now, you got thousands of options. You can sneak back to town, cross the river, go south of town, go north of town. You can put disguises on. You can try to buy horses from random gnomes. Whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Whatever you need to do to avoid adventure is what you need to do.
Okay, wait a second. Just to clarify, my character has absolutely no idea what the terrain is. He's from the Shelves of the Mist. He was in an army just moving down here. Has no idea the land of the land.
Perfect.
Not even.
And those guys most likely came on the river, I'm assuming, Steve, probably from up north somewhere, right?
What guys?
The slavers, or whatever you want to call them.
KMR definitely. KMR is north of.
Right, and that's where they came from originally.
He
right?
said that they moved south, town to town,
Right.
press ganging people.
Yes, and they put them in their army, and then they take them north to the Tarkiln and wage war on evil.
Right.
This is the holy army of the All-Father of goodness and everything great in the world.
I don't know about that.
What I'm thinking
like
of is
real dope.
If they've come from the north to Kmar and they're heading south and they're press ganging folks, I don't necessarily think they're going to come into the Darkenfold. There's not a lot in the Darkenfold.
No, clearly they're not going to. We've murdered people and gone in, and they haven't followed us.
Yeah. Well, my point is that we've just merely got to go west to stay away from them for a little while, and then we can do whatever you want. Right?
Do you know where does this road lead?
Leads through the Darkenfold. Heads west
to
Ends Meet.
Ends Meet.
Yeah.
It was like he said it was like 200, 100, 400 miles, some ridiculous amount of distance.
Wait, how many miles?
I forget. It was a lot. It was
200.
I don't remember. It was a lot. I remember hearing it and thinking that was a lot.
It's like a week's trip. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So you just
Yes,
gonna
we can go that way.
pop down on the road here and
No, I looked at Ren and said, "You mentioned a friend of yours."
she said there was a druid with us this morning.
Yeah, he's clearly fled and saved himself.
Peter, are you making a new character? You are. We cannot hear you. Oh, he's lost.
I already have a backup one.
Sweet. It's always a good idea.
I have like two actually,
Yeah.
but I've got one. I've got one ready, so that's not.
Hey, send it to me in chat so I can see what you got going.
Okay, so I'm going to think for just a minute, Kent. How far behind? I know I threw my shield away. It's close to the tower.
Your shield's gone.
Yeah, I'm gone. I'm heading west. How far? This town ends me. Maybe get some food. Nice place here. Rest for a day.
The background that I'm playing on this character is that I'm actually originally from Eln, so I have never really been that far ranged into the Darkenfold. I'm young. I'm first level. I'm inexperienced, so I can only tell you what I've heard from others that have traveled.
And I'm an amnesiac, so I don't know anything.
You
like
can
being
check
at
your
work.
messages, Steve.
All right.
All right, y'all want to make camp here? Just give me some kind of. I mean, if you're going to stand,
And I'm going to head west down the road for a bit.
Just head down the road, yeah. I think
Maybe-
that's a good.
I will need to put some miles between us and them.
Right.
Okay. All right. You start moving off down the road. Chuck, you going with him? Jeremy, you staying back or?
I guess I'll go.
All right. All right. So you guys move for, I don't know, a couple of miles. You come to that head stake that they described earlier, driven onto a post sitting there. I assume you just keep moving. And
Do I recognize the head?
give me an intelligence check.
Man, that's going to suck. 19! Natural.
Yeah, you recognize him as one of the regulars at one of the taverns.
Oh. Poor Albert. He shouldn't have left. I crossed the top of his head. Did you find his body?
They haven't found his body.
No.
All right, looks good, Peter.
Really
If you
made
need
a
an
habit of
angle,
looking.
Steve, if you need an angle, I could be one of the people that left.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
earlier.
that's the easy way to scoop up characters along the way.
Yeah,
All right,
understand.
so you guys start moving down the post road, just tromping along. I assume. Are you going to give me some kind of direction? Are you looking for a
Okay, wait. I can't go over that stake and throw his head out into the woods. I'm not going to let him stay stake up there.
Okay. Just walking now? Just traveling?
Just
No.
overland travel.
All right. So you start moving down the road, move for the better part of the afternoon. As the sun begins to set, you can see the fireflies begin to pop here and there. When you see a small campfire burning, just a little bit, maybe 20 feet, 30 feet off of the post road, but you are about 200 feet from that fire when you spot it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I pull up to. I stop.
Okay.
I stop and back off to the side of the road.
Is there any sign of any kind of like horses or any kind of
Not all you can see is that in the failing light, you can just see the fire kind of crackling. You don't really see anything next to it, but you got a lot of shadows all over the place.
How far off?
Tree,
How far off from the road is it?
about 20 feet, but you're about 200 feet
Right.
from the fire. And he's
Understood.
20 feet off the road.
And he's on the north side of the road, right?
Correct. The fire is on the north side of the road.
I'll look at the other guys and I'll say, listen, there's a warm fire for us. We can go maybe camp with that person for the night, or do you want to try to go somewhere else and camp on our own, or what do you want to do?
What's someone doing out on the fire tonight? Probably someone else who ran away.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's been
Do
dozens.
goblins use fire? I don't know.
Typically not around here because they're going to be hunted. So no.
I would think there would be more fires if there were goblins, Cap.
Yeah, near their lair, of course. Sure.
No.
Maybe not.
Oh, I'll go take a look.
Thank you.
You want to sneak up?
Yeah,
The
I'll get.
fool's
to
going to
maybe-
do it, or he's going to do it.
I'm gonna get maybe 100 feet, and then I'm gonna start moving silently.
Okay. All right. Give me a move silent check.
I'm going to sit by the tree.
That is 23 prime.
Oh, that's a pretty good move silent check. Still not a lot of brush here to hide in, but you do manage to, the shadows cast by the trees, the boles of the trees, and the canopies as well give you plenty of place to kind of weave your way forward. You get within about 50 odd feet, and you're kind of crouched behind this thick, squat oak. You fireflies kind of buzzing around you, and then you can see in this campfire. It's a very small campfire, and you can see a human kind of sitting there, a little bit dirty, not terribly disheveled or anything, but it's clearly just a human.
That fire makes you really easy to see.
Peter, you hear that out of the darkness.
Oh, it's Peter.
Peter, give me a quick description of your character. I want to point out that your character doesn't have any armor, shields, or anything on this character sheet. So, I don't know if that was intentional.
Well, it wasn't, and I thought I put something on there. I just hadn't finished filling it all out yet. But
yeah, you might want to finish filling that out.
I did. I got what did I put? I'm quite sure I put breastplate on there.
That I did not see. All right, but you hear that from the shadows. What do you do, Peter?
Yeah, it's under armor worn, dude. Looking right at it.
Oh yeah, it is. All right, yeah, good.
So,
All right, what do you say? How do you respond, Wyatt Knightstewart?
I'm not particularly worried about being concealed at the moment. There's no one else around.
That's how you respond.
Well, clearly there is, but okay. And I leave. I just fade back into the dark. Like, there's some asshole back there. I don't know.
I mean, if you wanted a description, dude, he looks like somebody's about like a teenager, really dark hair and like eyes that are about the same kind of golden color as a wolf. But he's also, some of the clothing he's wearing, he looks like some of the armor he's wearing, it doesn't quite fit his frame. It looks like he's borrowing someone else's armor because it's not in very good shape. Nothing some of the stuff he's wearing look like hand-me-downs. The sword he's hanging on to is the only thing that looks like well cared for.
Hey,
But the rest of it just looks like he's just like borrowing somebody else's armor.
You should do a Gandalf meets Bjorn moment.
Bring
No.
on one at a time.
No, the whole point of that is it's supposed to waste time and be annoying. No, I'm not going to do that in our entertainment show. I'll return him. It's just some kid. I don't know. He's probably going to get killed.
A kid? Huh?
17, 19, I don't know. Can you tell? I can't tell.
Well, let's
He
go.
looks like somebody who would spend a lot of time working outdoors, but he's got that kind of build of somebody who's worked out like outside a lot.
Well, let's go see if he'll have us for the night. Hopefully he has some food.
Yeah, maybe.
We've got some rations, and I can forage.
That's right. Davis has no food.
I have nothing now.
In fact,
I even threw away my 3 little gold coins. I even threw them away in my pouch.
You retained your spear, though, I think, didn't you?
My spear, my dagger, and my parang falchion.
You're just all Conan up. Actually, closer to Tarzan at this point, I think.
What was the other one?
All right, so you guys move. I assume you move up. Peter, do you welcome him to camp, or are you going to run him off? Or
Hey, buddy, I bought some friends.
That's fine if you want to share.
Give
the
us your
fire.
belongings now.
Well,
It sounds. It looks like from the look of you, it looks like you came from the same direction I did.
yeah.
Did
These
you?
guys are crazy. They're just accusing people of everything left and right. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Murder, like-
Are you from Elm? What is your name, sir?
It's Wyatt. I'm from a much, I'd say, farther south than here.
Where from?
Would it be south from here?
Southern KMR. The South.
Yeah, like way southern Kalmar. Yeah.
I really don't know where we are. I have no idea on the map where we are, but I don't really care.
It doesn't matter. Stop.
Yeah,
That doesn't matter.
Yeah. At this point, you guys are just travelers. I'm not going to go so far as to call you guys adventurers, but you are.
That would be a stretch. That would be a stretch.
I haven't seen any adventure kind of pop out yet.
So far, we've been terrorized the whole time. So hopefully, you know.
Excuse me.
I saddle up next to the thing, next to the fire. I said, "Do you have any extra grub on you?"
And I'm going to raise my hand and say, "You guys can catch up. I'm going to go out, Steve, and try to forage and get us some rabbit or something."
Okay.
Is it nighttime?
It's dusk. The sun is.
It's dusk. It's going down. Yeah. Any kind of check you need me to do for that, or?
Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to check the ranger. I think you got to search for like 4 hours to feed X number of
I
people
keep
or
forgetting
something
how
like
you
that.
run your games.
Okay. As the
It's
sun.
usually
Go ahead.
it's usually when you're running around, you can get enough for like a few 2 to 4 people for like within a couple hours.
Well,
play
but now
rangers a lot.
that's an active. I want to be clear when you're foraging, whether it's the deer slayer ability with the barbarian that Davis has, or the foraging that the ranger has. That's the action that you are taking. You can't be like traveling through the woods and trapping for rabbits and all of that stuff. It's just it says that clearly in the book. I think it takes 4 to 8 hours. I don't know what it is. I have to look at it.
You tell me I can't pick
It's
a berry while I walk?
It's pretty ridiculous. It's 8 hours.
It's 8 hours, but you can feed.
feed
How
like
many
28
with that
people.
8 hours?
2d4.
2d4.
So you can feed. Now, Davis,
Now,
wait. Davis, you're a very experienced hiker. You've hiked all over 3 continents now. How easy would it be in the Rockies to feed 5 people by just walking through the woods?
0.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not talking we have guns or anything like that. Hunting's not.
Right.
Yeah, no.
I get it. This is not a fantasy game. I totally get it. It's real.
This is a gritty realism simulator. That's right.
Yeah,
We have to track our
you
bowel
are
movement.
playing in Steve Chenault's the way, and Chuck, you've always said I want to play how Steve plays. I want to play.
Steven,
I've played at your table before, and it wasn't like this.
Even
We'll
should I
talk
be
about that
tracking the
later.
consistency of my bowel movements? Just curious.
No,
Really?
not yet. But I'll tell you this: if you wander through the woods just eating anything, having no experience of what you can and cannot eat, I will guarantee
you'll die.
I will give you dysentery, guaranteed.
you-
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're screwed, but now I can do pretty good. So,
Now you can, I mean, if an experienced person can feed themselves, there's no worry about that. But
yeah.
It's not easy. It's not like I just walk in the woods.
So here's what it says basically in here. It just basically
Anyway, I don't
says,
really care.
as long as there's food, water, and shelter around, I don't have to do any kind of a check. It's really just basically giving up times what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. So you're going to range out for a few hours and try to find enough to make a meal or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just looking to feed us just right now or whatever. I've got rations, but I don't want to use them.
Yeah. I think everyone has rations but Davis. So I'm not, it just.
Well, I'd like to
got
save
everything
those
in a
for
bag, so.
when you put us in a brutal situation where there's no food, because I know that'll happen.
Yes, absolutely, that'll happen, and that's why I want to clarify this stuff up front. So when we get to that point, you're not going to say I'm just traipsing through the woods while the orcs are chasing me and picking up huckleberries and eating them so that I don't have to
Right.
eat. Because that's not
No.
quite how that goes.
Sure. Okay.
All right. As the sun starts to set, I look over at Wyatt and say, Wyatt, you may want to put that fire out. You can smell it a mile away, and you can see it even further away.
I'll offer to rebuild one in the ground where you can't see it, like we had at the last
Do
campfire
it.
we had.
We don't have a shovel anymore.
What?
We use a stick or a rock.
The gnome,
Yeah,
the gnome
I
had a
do.
shovel.
No,
I do.
the fighter is equipped. he's got equipment.
See him
All right.
slide out one of those little like Japanese survival shovels and click it all together.
Right. All right, but anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna go out and try to find us something just for tonight, like some rabbit or something or whatever. You can determine how much or whatever, however you want to do it.
You get a good meal and a half for all of your companions there in the 3 or 4 hours that you're ranging out. You figure out pretty quickly that this part of the forest is relatively quiet. You're roughly where you were the evening before, not quite as deep in,
Sure.
but roughly where you were. All right, so we're actually going to stop here. We're going to begin next week with the morning, so that Ren can be back on deck. We got. I don't want to leave her off the table too long, and I know we got to do some raffles and giveaways. Is that right, Chuck?
Yeah, and then we'll raid into we're gonna raid into Jay tonight, Lord Gazumba. So.
Wow.
Yeah, Savage. I love the internet. It works until it doesn't. You know.
I haven't been able to see the feed, the Twitch feed, for over an hour.
They're saying very hateful things about us.
Excellent.
Good.
You can
I love
actually, you should usually be able to see the Twitch the chat feed. You just won't be able to see the actual stream.
I probably could. I just
I
haven't.
hadn't updated in.
So if you guys want to get in on the raffle, put it. What is it, Chuck? Raffle exclamation mark.
It's give us a follow and an exclamation point raffle.
There you go. Put that in. Chuck is going to close that out
Now-
in just a minute.
While we're doing that, I do want to say we're going to have another game tomorrow night on here at 7 p.m. Central. Yeah, and that's going to be Beaky Mall, who's hanging out with us. He's going to be running Amazing Adventures. I'm going to be playing. Grace will be playing. Nick's her boyfriend's going to be playing, and Harley Kane's going to be playing, a friend of ours. We're going to be running AA for a little while tomorrow. We're going to be doing Free Fire Zone, written by Steve and Davis. So.
What did someone say? Did you have to make it so deadly? Was that the most?
Yeah, someone said that.
No.
There's been a lot of deadly comments about it, actually. A lot.
I told them to fix all of that, and they
Yeah.
swore up and down and assured me they 100% would.
Yeah,
And they went to print and they said, "Oh, we forgot to do that."
Jeremy, we fixed it.
We fixed it.
Oh yeah, we didn't change it.
So, however bad it is now, I want you to understand. Every 10 minutes of actual play, there was a 40% chance you would die. It was
awesome.
ridiculous.
It was
All right, so
glorious.
tonight we're giving away two $15 codes. So you should hop in, Rick. Two $15 codes and a $25 code, but you have to be over here on Twitch. Unfortunately, I'm going to close these out in like about 1 minute. So you got about 1 minute. I'm going to close it. What else is going on? I think that's about it. I'll be on in the morning with my stream for just a little while, and then we'll rinse and repeat starting Monday. Yeah. So
What? No way.
the weekend is here upon us.
No, not us.
There's no rinse and repeat with Troll Lord Games. It's always something new.
That's
Every day I
damn
do the
sure.
same
That's for
thing.
sure. Every day when I wake up, it's not like I'd spent all my years before previous jobs. I'm always like, what will bring today? Will I get this done, or will I get this done? What project
Fresh
will be?
adventure will be
Surprise! You get neither of them done.
The evil laugh of the boss.
You thought
I
you had a
love it.
choice, sir. Nah.
No, you're going to do this now. All right, so let's pull these out and get out of here. All right, first winner is going to be for the $10. A rink will
Me,
pop
I
up.
won.
Rick, hold on. You come over here to get in, and I'm gonna let you get in it. Try again, real quick. You've been a good supporter. It's the only thing. That's the only thing I can be fair about. Come on. Rick came over here to do it, so I'm gonna let him. Your morning stream will be 1:30 to 4:30. Can't wait to see it, Rick. I'll be right there, buddy.
I'll do a stream with Rick on that.
Yeah, you could. Well, Rick, I'm gonna close him out again. I don't think he could hear me. Maybe I don't know. All I know is Omega's making that guy get wings, so we got to stop this.
I just want to point out that Jeremy killed, what was it, a wolf and 2 goblins
Okay.
And a man.
and a man. Just imagine had you all gathered together in a group and fought like a group.
Oh, I'm sure you wanted that to happen with 2 groups of opponents.
So here's what would happen. Those 15 goblins would become 30.
All right. So our first winner is Tabletop Junkie, and I think you know how to redeem your prize, sir. So congrats on that. Congrats. And our next winner for $15 is going to be Agile Monk, the troublemaker. He's hanging out. And then our last, but not least,
Can't
for
wait till
$25.
Davis cuts his ear off with that hatchet of his up.
Last winner for $25
Jeez.
is, who is it? Oh, Goats or Goat. Congrats. There you go, buddy. Awesome. Congrats.
You insane pull.
All right. So just join our Discord. Hit up Obsidian Risk. He'll get you the code. I'm going to set us up a raid right now for Jay's channel.
Everyone has to bring a weapon to the game next time.
I got a whole stack of them sitting in the corner here. So
I think we've all got weapons of some sort. I've got a,
Life here.
look at this thing. This
mine are barely
this
legal
belonged to my
around
dad.
here.
Look at this ancient samurai sword was a letter.
I got a claymore in the other room.
I got a suit of
I've
armor
got,
in my
I've
storage.
got
unit.
like 2 of those, Steve.
Yeah, there you go.
This comes in.
I probably
Yeah,
can't
on the
fit into
wall
it
over here.
anymore.
To the
All right.
gold.
I got a pencil sharpener.
It's got a blade.
It does.
All right. Hey, thanks everybody for coming and watching this. We really appreciate it. It was a good time. Had a good game. Lots of people coming and going and watching. Thanks for all the support earlier. Thanks for donating and getting biddies and channel points and all that stuff and the subs. We really appreciate it, really. And I've kept track of everybody. So if we ever get to an actual real combat where these cowards are not scared to fight, we'll have lots of good rolls.
You were
for us.
you were hiding just as much as
All
anybody
right.
else.
Y'all have a good night. We'll see you in the morning, maybe.
You were
Bullseye.
creeping in the bushes like
Pay no attention to the old man.